Hey guys, what's happening? So right now I'm in the process of switching tuners on my Jeep. I have the Ripp Gen 2 long tube headers and high altitude pulley. I'm running the tunes that came with the kit that I bought several years ago on this Diablo Predator. It's an old school tuner, and they have now went to the Intune, which has, I guess, more adjustability and better configuration. And they can get better parameters and stuff on it and get a cleaner tune on these. As I talked to them at the show, and they were like, dude, you really need to run our new tuner. It's got better tunes. The tunes that you have are old school. We've made a lot of adjustments. It's a better tune. You'll see better power and performance just by changing the tuners, I promise. So, and these guys have awesome support and they know what they're talking about, so I went ahead and did that. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing I have to do is, because I'm running a tune on this Jeep from this programmer, is I have to go back to the the original backup. So when I first installed the Supercharger a few years ago, it saved the factory backup. And you have to get this tuner to release from the ECM, and by doing that, you reinstall the backup. So you put the factory parameters that came with the Jeep from the factory back on the Jeep. So I've went through the tuner and have selected that, and now I'm going to go ahead and confirm that that's what I want to do. You have to do that so you can run the new Intune programmer with their new tunes. So if you didn't understand that, I have to restore the factory setting tunes on the Jeep and unattach this programmer from the ECM on the Jeep, and then go ahead and reinstall the new tunes with the new Intune tuner. And this, these, not only do they bring the tunes and all that stuff, they actually act as diagnostics. You get check engine lights and this, that, and other. These things will read codes and stuff like that, and you can adjust tire size and gear ratio and all that stuff with these tuners, so it's really nice. So right now, as you can tell, it is rewriting the original factory tune back on the Jeep. So while it's doing that, I'll talk a little bit about this. This is a lot smaller. I don't know, it's really a lot smaller tuner. Looks like a little smartphone. Pretty slick, really lightweight. And then it's got, your typical wire hookups and stuff. So it's got a USB, like a micro USB to USB. So you can plug it into your computer to update the programmer and all that kind of stuff. But this is, color, the GUI or the graphic user interface on this one is a whole lot better than this. This one was all push button arrows and stuff, where this one is 100% touchscreen, which is cool. So a little more on the user friendly side. But again, like the guys, Adam was telling me, he said, man, the tunes that you're going to get on the iTune are updated versions of the tunes that are on the Predator, and we can't necessarily get all the features from the new tunes on the old school Predator. So going to the iTune, the Intune, will be a lot better. So I hear the Jeep cycling, so it's going through the motions. It's almost done uploading that old school tune back to the Jeep. All right, turn key off. Turn key on. This is just a good way to get every little bit of power that you can out of your Jeep. And this tune's probably going to run cleaner. Turn key off. Turn key back on. Yeah, we'll see. One thing about this Diablo, it's just kind of hard to put anywhere. It really doesn't fit in your console well. It doesn't fit in your glove box. You have to throw it in the back of the Jeep in a bag. But this green Predator and this little Intune, I can put it in a nice little case, wrap the wire up, stick it in my console. Restore and reset done. So that's finished. Continue. You may now unplug the Predator. So I'm done with the Predator. It is my Jeep. The settings on my Jeep are now what they were when the Jeep came from the factory. So no tunes for the supercharger or anything like that. So now I've got to hook the Intune up to the OBD2 port under the Jeep. Alright, so she's plugged up. And now it's cogitating. It's thinking. Loading up, programming, this, that, and another. This is really sweet. I can't believe how light this thing is. It feels like, you know, almost cheap. I mean, that Diablo Predator was such a big, clunky machine. This thing is really a sweet-looking little deal. Looks like my little Samsung phone that I've got in my hand recording this video with. The Diablo Intune is designed to increase vehicle performance. Fuel economy. Never use this iTune during vehicle operation. So you don't want to do this while you're going down the road. Of course. Do you agree to these terms? Yes, I do. Tune vehicle. Continue. Advanced tune. Tune select. Install standard tune. Ripp Supercharger and header tune. The iTune will now back up. So what it's going to do is now download and record the OEM factory settings to the tuner, like the Predator did. So if I ever need to take this stuff off, I can, you know, put it back to factory settings. And while it's doing this, I ran a set of long tube headers, and this is a V6, and of course it just increased the raspiness of it. So I ran a Flowmaster 40 series muffler on it, but from the muffler back, I have a dump right in front of my rear axle. I ran like a 3-inch pipe, so I had them weld a 3-inch exhaust or tailpipe to the muffler all the way back, and it really helped get rid of some of that raspiness. Alright, PCM read complete. Now it's exporting file. Alright, apply tune. So now it's writing the tune. It's installing the tune for the supercharger and the long tube headers. While it does this, your Jeep's going to make all different kind of bumping and, you know, dings and noises and stuff, which is normal. But pretty sweet little tuner. You know, I'm so used to having that big Diablo. This is nice. So turn the engine off, continue. Alright, now you turn it. I turned it off and turned it on. Now I'm turning it back on. It's crazy. I almost want to mash the buttons on the tuner via the screen on my phone as I'm recording this. Alright, cool. So that's it. So now it has updated and done the new tune and this, that, and another. So I can unplug the programmer. And we'll unplug it and see if it fires up, see how she runs. Now my Jeep has been sitting for a month or so. I imagine it's going to act a little cold. Before, when it would first start up when it was cold, it had a really rough idle until it warmed up. This way it sounds a lot better. There's that exhaust. So far, so good. No hiccuping. Oh yeah. The throttle response was already a lot better. Before it was a little slow. You know, I'd give it throttle and it was slow to pick up. But anyway, guys, that's the basic video on how to update from your Diablo Predator to the new Diablo Intune tuner, which has more refined tunes as you would. And you know, you've already spent so much money on your Jeep, and if you've got one of the old tuners like I did, go ahead and get the new Intune. It'll definitely help you out. It has way more capacity for configuration and stuff. So anyway, guys, thanks for your time.